Hello, my name is FAIZAL bin MAZLAN and my matrix number BB2110740. So, I want to present about introduction of poverty in Malaysia. Alright, so poverty remains a pervasive issue in Malaysia despite the nation's significant economic growth and development over the past few decades. While Malaysia has made remarkable progress in reducing poverty, there are still segments of the population that continue to grapple with economic hardship. As such, it is imperative to address the root cause of poverty and implement effective strategies to eradicate this pressing social issue. This essay will explore the multi-phase nature of poverty in Malaysia, analyze its underlying causes and propose sustainable solution to alleviate poverty and foster inclusive development. So Malaysia economic progress and persistent poverty over the years, Malaysia has achieved remarkable economic growth, transforming itself into a middle income country. So the nation economic development has been driven by its manufacturing sector. So a robust service industry and an increasingly diversified economy. However, despite this advancement, poverty remains a significant challenge, particularly in rural areas and among marginalized communities. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the national poverty rate stood at 5.6% in 2019. So while this figure represents a decline from previous years, it is underscore the continued existence of poverty within the country. So furthermore, certain regions such as Sabah Sarawak experience disproportionately higher poverty rate compared to the national average. So this regional disparity highlight the need for target intervention to address poverty in specific geographic area. So understanding the causes of poverty in Malaysia to effectively combat poverty, it is crucial to understand the underlying cause that perpetuate this social issue in Malaysia. Poverty is often intertwined with factors such as inadequate access to education, care and employment opportunities, limited educational attainment, particularly in rural area, can perpetuate intergenerational poverty, as individuals may lack the skill and qualification necessary to secure well-paying jobs. So discrimination, limited access to resource and social exclusion contribute to their economic marginalization, necessitating target policies and programs to address the specific needs.
Hello, my name is MOHAMMAD and it's my turn to present my slide, which is the problem statement. First, income inequality hinders poverty alleviation by creating barriers for those at the bottom of the economic ladders. Addressing this issue is crucial for fostering a sustainable and resilient economy, ensuring equitable access to opportunities and resources. In Malaysia, promoting an open economic environment can contribute to breaking the chains of poverty. So, to avoid this, Malaysia need to promote an open economic environment. And the second one, reducing rural-urban gaps is vital in eradicating poverty in Malaysia. With better infrastructure, employment and education in urban areas, impoverished rural regions suffer particularly due to limited health care. So, targeted policies need to elevate living standard in rural communities to achieve inclusive development. Second, higher unemployment and underemployment pose a complex issue in Malaysia, like as we know. So, addressing the mismatch between skills and job opportunities makes some youth didn't get their jobs while the other have jobs. This is the reason why poverty still exists. And lastly, Malaysia's education shortage, especially in remote areas, This complicates its anti-poverty efforts. Inadequate resources and infrastructure hinder skill development for better employment for the youth. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
So next is research methodology. For the overall studies, we use secondary data method, which is the existing research data that has previously been gathered and can be accessed by any researcher. So among the method that we use is first through the surfing of the internet. So among the sources that use is government official websites like Prime Minister Office or PMO, Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, and reading online material from Berita Harian. And all the information that use is basically for free. And the second method is through books. Researchers have used various scientific sources related to government policies, laws that are carried out to eradicate poverty in the country. This attempt is to provide better understanding of the situation in addition to also giving added value to the research done.
Poverty in Malaysia is a big issue despite progress. The gap between rich and poor areas, especially cities and rural places, makes life tough. Jobs are hard to find, education isn't equal, and living costs keep rising, pushing low-income families deeper into hardship. Ethnic groups face more challenges, and some areas lack good healthcare and education. Big changes in the war or disaster hit struggling communities even harder. Fixing this needs a big plan, equal opportunity for healthcare, education, more jobs, and support for those who need it most. It's crucial to tackle poverty and create a fairer society in Malaysia. Kelantan, Sabah, and Sarawak record the highest percentage of absolute poverty and relative poverty from 2009 until 2019. This is because there are several causes that result in these three states being at the top. Among them are income inequality. Notable differences exist between social classes and geographical areas, exacerbated by the urban-rural gap. Rural areas lack social services, infrastructure, and employment chance compared to urban area, leading to uneven living standards and limited social mobility. Second, education disparities. Despite improved access, socioeconomic barriers hinder certain groups like minorities and indigenous populations from obtaining quality education. This limits their skill and fair competition in the job market, perpetuating generational poverty. Last but not least, ethnic marginalization. Historical marginalization of certain ethnic groups restrict access to opportunities, resources, healthcare, education, and employment, leading to the higher poverty rates.
So next, we're going to look on what are the policy that ever invented by the Malaysian government in order for them to overcome the poverty. First, we're going to look through the Dasar Ekonomi Baharu, which is DAB for short. It's introduced to create national units by reducing economic, social, culture, and settlement differences. Its implementation strategy included eradicating poverty, increasing job opportunities regardless of race, and restricting society to reduce racial identifications. This implementation is a continuous to the British colonies that implement their policies of divide and rule, which actively encourage the influx of China and Indian peoples to Malaysia. So therefore, this DEB hopes to effort transmission worker from low to high income sectors to reduce income disparities among ethnic groups and regions since the poverty seen as a threat to the national unity. So next is through Dasar Pembangunan Nasional or DPN. It was launched by Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, on June 17, 1991. So the National Development Policy seeks to uphold the core tenets of the New Economic Policy (NEP). Its focus on ending poverty and reorganizing the society. So the main objective is to eliminate the poverty, especially extreme poverty, and focus on lowering absolute and relative poverty levels. Hence, actively includes the private sectors in the process, emphasizing its role in promoting sustainable economic growth and mitigating poverty. Uh, Last is the Sarawasan Negara. This policy is basically a combination of the National Development Policy and the RGP, stands for Rancangan Jangka Panjang. This policy was established by the fourth and seventh Prime Minister of Malaysia, namely Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. So it focuses on building a prosperous country through unity, economic development, and environmental protection. It also emphasizes the importance of increasing Bumiputra participations in primary economic sector by 30% at first, in hope aiming to steer Malaysia towards a more inclusive, dynamic, and economically robust future.
Hello Rotogenists, my name is Muhammad Yusuf bin Muhammad and my matrix number is BB2110598. Today, I will explore strategic recommendation to eradicate poverty through a magnificent approach that addresses education, healthcare, economic empowerment, social safety nets, and global cooperation. The first recommendation centers on prioritizing affordable, high-quality education. By offering formal and vocational options, we empower individuals with diverse skills crucial for both employment and entrepreneurship. This approach lays the foundation for a more inclusive and skilled workforce. Moving forward, accessible healthcare emerges as a critical element in preventing families from sliding into poverty due to medical expense. Comprehensive healthcare system addressing issues like malnutrition and maternal mortality are fundamental in fostering healthier and economically stable communities. Our third recommendation focuses on the collaborative effort of government and businesses. By fostering an entrepreneur-friendly climate and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises as non-SME, we contribute to sustainable economic growth and long-term job creation, lifting communities out of poverty, implementing social safety nets including conditional cash transfer and food assistance program is essential. These nets act as a shield during economic shocks, ensuring that individuals and families maintain a basic quality of living, fostering resilience in vulnerable communities. Lastly, global cooperation is crucial. Developed countries fulfilling foreign aid and debt reduction commitments combined with the coordination of international organizations ensure a united front against global poverty and promote sustainable development practice. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for attention, Doctor.
So, in conclusion, eradicating poverty is essential for the prosperity and growth of a country. Ending poverty in Malaysia requires a multifaceted approach encompassing economic reforms, inclusive policies, and targeted social interventions. Prioritizing education, skills development, and job creation can empower marginalized communities. Addressing income inequality through progressive taxation and social welfare programs is also crucial. Sustainable economic growth coupled with measures to enhance financial literacy and access to credit can uplift vulnerable populations. Collaboration between government, private sector, and civil society is paramount for comprehensive poverty eradication. By fostering an environment of equal opportunities and social justice, Malaysia can aspire to create a more equitable society, ensuring the well-being and prosperity of all its citizens.